Hello everyone and welcome to another video. In today's video we're heading back to the Women's and Children's Hospital because Max has an appointment at Nutritional Services. It's Nutritional Services, isn't it?
Nutritional Services.
So this appointment is going to be a little bit different because we're going to have a speech pathologist and a dietitian there. So the purpose of today's appointment is we're going to be having a look at Max's feeding and how we're going to be weaning him onto solids, and then what kind of an action plan we're going to have for that. So yeah, let's go. So we just finished with our appointment at the Nutritional Services. We went up to the first level to the nutritional department.
When we got there, we saw a dietitian and a speech pathologist. The initial conversation was just about how Max had been doing and asking questions about the frequency of feeds and how much he's getting. There's a fly. From there, they took weights and measurements of Max. And we asked if we could do Leo. As always, we do like to have a comparison and see how they're both tracking. Max was 6.05 and Leo is 6.012. Is that right?
No.
So there's 7 grams difference.
Yeah.
So yes, 6.05, 6.012.
Yeah.
Yes.
And did you say 6.0?
5.
Yeah.
And 6.012.
Oh, now you got me confused.
It's not confusing, it's 7 grams difference. And Max is 59.5 centimetres long and Leo is 59 centimetres long. So at the moment they're tracking pretty much on par.
Yeah.
We weighed them 2 weeks ago and there was 10 grams difference and Max was the heavier one, so now Leo is the heavier one slightly, which is, you know, back to being, is back to when I was pregnant with them and every scan they would take turns.
Yeah, it's like a yo-yo. One's up, one's down,
yeah.
One's up, one's down. So after we did all the measurements, then we started speaking to the speech pathologist and she was talking about starting to introduce solids. So she gave us the decision to see if we can start thick purees now or wait till after we see respiratory medicine. And because Max is still rattling in the chest and he's still got that cough, we just wanted to wait till we had that appointment with respiratory medicine. That's in a couple of weeks, and we just want to make sure that he's cleared by everyone before we start doing any solids or anything like that. But in the meantime, she's happy for us to start him on some hard munchables. That's what they call it anyway, so that's the rusks or dried fruit or anything like that.
Oh, do I see? No, it's not off the cuff. Funnily, no, is that a word? Funnily?
I think so, I think you
Funnily. On the list is also red skims or licorice. So, you know, if he's being an extra special boy, he might get some of that.
Wait.
No, we'll be sticking to the carrots and things like that. The whole idea is just to get him used to putting things in his mouth and kind of getting used to the different flavours and things like that. The idea isn't to actually swallow it or chew it. He has no teeth anyway, so he's not going to get very far. But just get him used to that process, and that's going to help him when he does start solids in a few weeks' time. It's all about practicing and learning that skill.
Yeah, so being tube fed, that he doesn't lose that skill of like having something in his mouth, swallowing and everything like that.
A big risk of tube fed babies is food aversion, which is when they don't want anything in their mouth. Sorry, my nose just got suddenly really blocked. It's when they don't want anything in their mouth. So he doesn't have that at all at this point. He loves hands, my hands, your hands, cords, anything. Like, and when I say cords, I mean his chew. Anything he can get his hands on goes straight in his mouth.
Yeah. So the dietitian also spoke about how much we're feeding him and the frequency. At the moment, his growth rate has dropped off just a little bit, and she's saying that we can increase the volume of his feeds by 5 mils or even 10 mils if he's showing demanding and if he wants it. We'll just sort of judge that as we go. So at the moment, he's getting 130 mils every 4 hours, and we can bump that up to 135 or even 140.
So the next appointment now won't be until the end of January, so we will see speech pathology in the meantime, just to introduce the solid foods, the purees. But at this point, the tube will definitely still be in place at the very least until January, but even saying that, that's only an appointment to discuss possibly having fluids. We were told months, so it's not that unexpected for us. On another note, today is our 4-year anniversary, our wedding anniversary, that is.
Do you say full year or 4 year?
4 year. I've got wind and dust in my eyes. So usually we would finish this vlog in the park by the hospital, but today we're ending it just at a local pub and having a quiet beer before we go back and grab our toddler.
Before we go back to the chaos.
Yes.
So guys, we just got home and Max just had a little bit of a feed, and we actually got an email from the dietitian who pretty much just summarised the appointment.
So we did get the weights wrong. Max was 6.07 and Leo was 6.12. So that's where the
7 grams.
The 7 gram difference is. She also just said about the feeds and that we can up it to the 5 or 10 meals.
So, Emily's just come home from my parents' house and she's just woken up, so she's a little bit irritable.
She didn't want to wake up, but it is like 6 o'clock. She shouldn't be napping this late, but she fell asleep in the pram, so what can you do? But yeah, she's not happy about being awake.
No, not at all. So basically, she summarised what we spoke about in the appointment.
She said as well that we're meeting with them again in 10 weeks and that they would expect at 7 months old that he would weigh between 7 and 7.2 kilos. And that is the averaging 110 grams a week. So she just said to keep an eye on that.
That we can do our own weights every 2 weeks just to sort of see how he's going. But then also, if we've got any concerns, we can always call them and they can give us some tips, or we even come in and see them.
And just to say that they would expect that with the introduction of food, that'll count towards him gaining weight as well.
Yeah, that'll speed up his weight gain.
And also that we could potentially drop his feeds from 6 to 5 feeds a day, and she just kind of broke down how we could do that.
Yeah. So I think that was really good for her to follow up in an email just to summarise everything. With all of our other appointments, you're just getting overloaded with information And it's kind of hard to just focus on the main things of the appointment when you're just talking about all different things. Even just to have it written down and just being able to refer back to stuff is really good.
Yes. One thing we didn't mention earlier is that in the appointment they actually gave him a rusk to try, and he just straight grabbed it and went straight in his mouth. And he was doing so well with it.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're gonna have any issues with introducing some of the
hard munchables.
Hard munchables. I think he'll take to it just fine.
Yeah. I mean, we could already tell that because just some of the things that the toys that he's playing with and automatically go straight into his mouth. So he's already showing signs that he's ready to start feeding orally again. We're just waiting for everything else to catch up.
Do you
want to come over here? Come on. Hey, come on, come around here. Anyone who's had kids would just be sitting here right now thinking, yeah, I don't miss those days.
Quiet, it worked.
So guys, if you're interested to see what we have going on, look out for the upcoming videos. Better yet, subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you want to support us and support the channel, drop a like down below. That'll tell YouTube to share our videos with more people. So guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Nutritional services, isn't it?
Nutritional services?
Oh, I'll go again. Nutritional services. Nutrition services? I don't think that's going to matter too much. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
Maybe just say that the appointment will have a dietitian and speech pathologist. And they're going to review his aspirations.
So, is it still at the Hen's place? So a dietitian and speech
It's
pathologist.
already there. If we want to see a Hen's nurse, they'll get them down. Otherwise,
Okay.
we'll go down.
So who was it? Dietitian. Maybe I pressed the button again. I didn't think it recorded. Alright, shall we?
Yes. Do it.
Take two. It's really good.
Yes.
Hey, come on, come around here. Hey, no, don't, no. Anyone who's had kids would just be sitting here right now thinking, yeah, I don't miss those days.